how to evaluate properties. One of the biggest challenges we have as investors is really putting a price tag or a number on a property. And it's nice that the vendor says, I want 350, I want 150, or I want $2 million. What is the property really worth? So what we're going to do is we're going to do some math for a big portion of that day, and we'll take it from GRM, gross rent multiplier. What is it, and why do I recommend using this to start with? A lot of people talk about cap rate. What is a cap rate, first of all, and are cap rate real? A lot of real estate agents say, well, let's buy at a cap rate of 10, which is 10 times the NOI. Well, I disagree. We won't know the real NOI until we have all the numbers, and if you're making an offer based on an NOI that's false, you're making a bad offer. So we'll talk about GRM, cap rates, what's their relationship, how to evaluate it, what to do. We'll talk about the 1% rule, buying at 100%, 100 times that rule, if I could say so. We'll do the rule of 75, we'll do the rule of 10. So we'll work with all those rules to give you a quick evaluation. If you summarize 5 or 6 of those rules, you'll have different values, and then it gives you a head start as to what you should pay for this property. And I say head start because as we will go through our due diligence and all that, we will have better numbers, more understanding what we're doing, and then we'll be able to pinpoint exactly the value of that property. So we'll learn how to evaluate this property. But now before that, I have to start you at the basics. So we'll do gross potential rental income. We'll find out what the expenses should be. Vendors have a tendency to tell us, expenses only taxes and insurance. Well, as a real estate investors, I don't do my own repairs. I don't do my own management. So what should we expect in expenses? 25, 30, 40, 45, what kind of building, what do they suit for? So what we're going to give you is we're going to give you rules of thumbs. We're going to say, listen, this kind of property, your expenses should be this. Start with that number, and as we will go into our deal, we'll be able to evaluate the property. So evaluating the value of the property is one of the sections we'll spend the most time because it's critical. You just don't go out there and say, the guy wants $1 million, I'll offer him $935,000. You have to have a sound solution, a sound way to evaluate the value of this property, and we're going to spend time on this, and I promise you by the end of the day, you'll know what a property is worth.